my name's Wesley, and what's this weird grainy quality? And where am I? Is this the Season 1 filter? Alright, and welcome back to Let's Make Real Cakes. I hope you're ready for part 2. Now let's address the cats in the room here. This quality is so poor because I'm filming it on my millions of years old computer. But why are you filming on a millions years old computer, you may ask? Well, I'm kinda lazy and didn't want to set everything up today. Actually, I spent the last 2 weeks working on a very special, very elegant project. Let's just say it involved macaroni Jesus and I got to use my BFA, aside from weaponizing it, which I'm still not really sure what that means. So, having said all that, when we last left off, I had put my batter in the oven and was waiting for it to bake. Now, without further ado, let's join me making real cakes, part 2. Already in progress. Okay, so while the cake is in the oven, I've got 15 other things to do, and they're all going to be fun and exciting, I promise. So first I'm going to start by preparing my icing. Done! In between each layer of cake, I'm going to put some whipped cream. I hear this will add much needed moisture for my really thin, dry cake. Stupid recipe. What the hell is going on outside? Are you going to be okay? Do you need assistance? Anyway, I'm going to be making whipped cream to go in between the layers of my cake. Won't that be nice? So I'm going to start by putting a cup of whipped cream. Now you should keep in mind that I did not look up a recipe for this and I'm totally guessing on the amounts. You know, baking, it's easy! But if you're looking for a recipe with more exact, precise amounts, feel free to go to the search engine of your choice. I don't know, ask Jeeves and be like, hey Jeeves, do you know how to make whipped cream? He'll probably say, I totally know how to make whipped cream and show you how to do it. Is Ask Jeeves still a thing? Is he still around? Jeeves, do you still work here? Jeeves? Who knows? Jeeves? Jeeves. So I put a tablespoon of vanilla, not maple syrup. And next, I'll be adding a David's Tea Perfect Tea Scoop amount of sugar. Sure. Alright, now I'm just gonna whip this till it's whipped cream. If I added chocolate syrup, it could be like chocolate whipped cream for my chocolate cake. Let's hope that's enough. This might take a while. Whip it. Whip it good. No, whip it. Whipped cream. Now you don't want to whip your cream too long or it may turn into butter. Oh, that's nice though. Now that that's done, I'm going to place it in the fridge until I need it. All right. Now that my cake is baking and my whipped cream is done, I can't read a book yet, but that's okay. I can move on to the next step and the last step before I can sit around and wait for my cake to finish baking. Which is kind of nice. Put your feet up in the middle of the day. You made a whole cake. What else are you going to do? So the next step is going to be to create a little stand, which is kind of this part here, so that my real cake can resemble my fake cake and, you know, stand. Have a little gap through it. That's fun and cool. So I'm gonna take this one because I'm recreating it. Just a piece of card I had. It's a piece of wrapper from some food I was eating. It's clean. It's a clean wrapper. It's fine. And I'm just gonna draw a line around this cake. Oh, that's very exact. And I'm actually gonna cut 2 so I can use one as a template so I know how big to cut my cake to fit on the square. And notice I folded it over to cut the 2 at the same time, because I'm not working hard, I'm working smart. But also hard, I'm a hard worker. If you ever see me applying for a job, you hire me, I'm good at it. There, my card's a bit bendy, I'm flattening it out, it's gorgeous. So again, I'm gonna take some straws, and if you want to see me rant about all the reasons I have these stupid straws, you just go watch my Make Fake Cakes video. Available now on YouTube. So I'm just going to glue these to the bottom of my card. Fun. Ooh, yeah. Ah, don't burn yourself. Wow, a little table! So the plan is to take my little table, insert it into a cake, and then put another cake on top. And then I'll have like a 2-tiered cake. Until then, I just got a little, desk going on here, desk situation. Cute! Would you like a little cake with your little chair and your little table? All right, now my cake should be done, or almost done. Or I don't know, I'm gonna go sit around for 15 minutes while it's baking. See you in a minute! Okay, all right, we're back. As you can see, some weird things have happened since we last saw each other. First of all, I took the cake out of the pan, which I thought I'd filmed, and that was a fun time, and everyone was happy. And then it turns out I forgot to press record. So it's already done, there it is. It came out the pan very nicely, as you can tell from the perfect corners. During that time, I also dropped my cutting board and part of it broke off. So there's that too. As you can see, the cake has turned out a little bit thin. It's a thin cake. It's kind of more of a brownie. I don't know what happened with this recipe. I followed it to a T, and that's the T. The T to a T. I did all that, including some weird math where I divided it from 48 portions into 6. And I ended up with a cake about this size, which I thought would be enough cake. I don't think it's enough cake, so we're gonna at least try to make one of these cakes. I'm gonna start with this fun one here. This one. Ooh, so chic, so chic. We're gonna start by trying to make this cake, because I think I'll have enough to make at least this one. And if I run out, I'm just gonna place the real cake with the fake cakes, and it'll be like a contest. And the prize is you get to eat real cake. And if you get it wrong, well, you get to eat some fake cake. Styrofoam and drywall plaster. Delicious. Now remember earlier in the video when I made a little stand for this cake and I cut 2 pieces because I said, oh great, I can use this one as a template and that's gonna be awesome? Well, that was a good idea. A good idea until I threw out the other piece while I was waiting for the cake to cool. So now I'm left with no template, but I still have my table. So I'm just gonna put it on top of the cake and cut it into pieces that size. Yep, this is working out. Oh God, we're just gonna cut this bit off. Great, look, I have one. See what I'm doing here? Yeah, we get it, we know. I've just gotta cut 2 more. Just cut this little ridge off. Like really though, this does look like a brownie. Maybe it was a brownie recipe I fooled. Have you tried my beautiful brownie recipe? It's actually for cake. Whatever, it's delicious. I'm gonna put whipped cream in it. People are gonna love this. Oh yes, see how nice this is looking. I'm gonna open a real bakery one day and you're all gonna come to my real bakery and you're gonna say, this legitimate business is wonderful. And I enjoy being here. This one isn't quite long enough, so I'm gonna cut it in half and then just like put cake down the center. Does this make sense? Look, I'm just gonna put cake down here, like these bits. See, we'll fill that in. Really, it's kind of like drywall, I guess. Patch that up, throw some cake in there. Oh, nice, nice. All right, now that I have all my cake pieces cut, I'm gonna go ahead and assemble them. I'm gonna start by putting this piece here. Wow, so cool. Isn't that exciting? Ooh, the kids love this. And then I'm gonna put a layer of this whipped cream I made earlier. And this is a fancy cake tool I bought. Would you believe I took a course on how to decorate cupcakes once? That's right. It was only an hour and it was in Michael's. Michael's. Ooh, this part of the cake's actually nicer. I'm gonna put it like this. Oh, look how nice. That actually looks like a real cake. And then let's make the other one. Wow. So smooth. Ooh, whose elegant cake is this? It's mine, I made it myself, thank you. Look, I'm just gonna put this bit on top. Shove all these little cake pieces in here. Do you see how I'm doing this? Oh, wow, that's so chic. Isn't that just mademoiselle? I don't know, I'm running out of words, you guys. Great, now that my cakes are assembled into the shape of cakes, I can cover them in icing. Oh, icing, you've been in the fridge and you're so hard. Just gonna mix this up a little bit before I use it because it's kind of hard like a rock. Gonna whip it good. Ooh, yeah, that's a good amount. Now this looks like I'm doing a great job, but I actually can't see it from the front, so let me know in the comments if it's a great job. Why does my cake... I thought I was started in the middle of the plate, but my cake has informed me it's on the edge. And P.S. I know things are called a cakewalk because, like, a cakewalk's pretty easy. You walk in a circle, you win a cake. But, like, Making a cake for a cakewalk isn't easy, and winning a cakewalk is a crapshoot. Cause yeah, you've won a cake, but sometimes you win a cake that someone's made in their house, and sometimes it looks like this, and you're like, what is this cake I've just won? Oh no. And then you start to worry about your life. Do I eat the cake? Do I not eat the cake? Well, I have a whole cake in my car. I should just eat the cake. And then you end up having to go to a store and buy a real cake because you can't eat the cake you won because who knows where the hell it came from. And what was the point of the cakewalk in the first place? To raise money for the school. Shouldn't the school just be well funded on its own? Why aren't we just funding schools properly? Why do we need to have a cakewalk to raise money? So for my top layer, I'm gonna have to dye the icing yellow. But don't worry, I've got a food coloring for that. That looks like enough drops, sure. And then mix. Oh great, that's beautiful, that's just nice. Everyone's here about this, we're happy. We're happy for this. Alright, now that these have been coated just once, I'm gonna put them in the freezer for like a minute or two just so they can harden up and get nice so I can do another layer of icing so this terrible one is covered up. While those other two are in the freezer, I'm gonna go ahead and make some pink icing. As I see, I'm gonna need it real soon. Just gonna put red and hope it turns pink. Wow, it's pink! Now at one point in my life, I thought I owned a piping bag. Turns out I own a cookie press, a pasta maker, a whole bunch of cookie cutters, some pots and pans, but no piping bag. So instead, I'm just gonna use a plastic bag. Which is really simple, we all know this. You cut the tip off the end and it's gorgeous. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my pink icing into here. And then I just cut off the end. Beautiful. Okay, great. Now that these have cooled off, I'm gonna give them another layer of icing. Because this first one's full of crumbs. Alright, I'm gonna add some pink trim to this bottom layer because that's what I think I need to do. Wow, I'm doing a great job. See where this is going? Yeah, it's looking the same. Exactly the same. It's like twins. I can't even tell which one is real and which is fake. Now here's where it gets tricky. I'm gonna take my little table and I'm gonna very gently just poke it into here. Great, that looks not crazy at all. And then I'm just gonna put this one on top. Whoa. Geez, does this icing ever stay in a solid state? Like, is it just liquid all the time? Is that what walk-in freezers are for icing cakes? Is that how it works? Yeah, cake, we get it. You're melting, you're melting. What a world, what a world. All right, get ready for this. I'm gonna go ahead and add the pink. Oh yes, I'm really making cakes now. Isn't this professional? Okay, alright. Alright, so now that I've finished all my icing, which seemed to take a million years too long, look, I've made a fake cake. And a real cake. I can't even tell which is which. Guess I better have a bite. Wow, that was so much fun. I really enjoyed making these cakes. Cake, just the one cake, I only made one. Well, I guess it's two. It's one on top of the other. This one's floating like a wedding cake. Woo, 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 woo. Now all that's left to do is show you some shaky cam footage of both cakes side by side. I'll let you figure out which one's real and which one's fake. Well, I guess that just goes to show you can have your fake cakes and eat them too. Although I'm gonna eat a real cake, not the fake one. So I guess that doesn't prove anything. So until next time, remember, never eat from a bag of chips you haven't opened yourself. Who knows whose gross hands have been in there? Bye!